Robert, also known as Bobi Wine. Want to have a meeting with him and discuss a couple of things, way forward and so on, because he is our leader, and we believe that his home is not it's not a legal detention facility. So they can't say that they are, holding him, detaining him and that kind of thing. If they are saying he's committed any offense, take him to Luzira or wherever, then to court and charge him, and then we see how that goes. But his home is a private home. It's not a detention facility. So anyhow, we are going to try and access him, get to meet with him. We have come with his lawyers because it's important that he gets to give his lawyers instructions on what to do next, how we get to move, how we handle all these matters going forward. Yeah.
Including regaining his liberty.
Yeah, so this morning, again, our offices in Kamocha were sealed off by military. They didn't allow anybody access to our premises. The staff members that normally go every morning to execute different duties were all denied access to our offices. And we are thinking, wait a minute. So you have surrounded our leader's home. You can't let him out. You can't let us to him. Now you're surrounding our offices. Many of our homes, they keep moving around, security, creating fear and all of that. A number of our agents who had DR forms have been detained. The DR forms have been taken away. So all these things, Mr. Timuhabura is doing them because he knows that he has a lot to hide. He has defrauded Ugandans in this election, and he's guilty. The guilty run before their chest, and that's what is happening now. He is extremely guilty, and he's trying to cover up his guilt. That's why he's detaining our leaders, sealing off our offices. They're arresting agents who have our DR forms that have the results, because Mr. Timuhabura knows that the DR forms he has are cooked up, they are concocted. So he's trying to now steal away the original ones to cover up for his guilt. But really our encouragement to Ugandans out there, and as we spoke to our team leader on phone, he told us to encourage Ugandans, one, not to give up. Let's not drop the ball, let's not tire. We must keep pressing on every step of the way until we achieve our freedom, until we get to see a transition of leadership in this our country. Thank you. Well, olunaku olwaleero ku makya ofiisi yaffe bagisazeeko abasirikale ne bannamagye ne bagaana abakozi b'ekitebe okuyingira ogenda okukola emirimu gyabwe egya bulijjo gye batera okukola. Kwegamba bino ebintu byonna okugalira Honorable Kyagulanyi kati ofiisi zaffe bazisiirinze, ba agenti baffe balina DR forms babakutte DR forms ne bazibabbako. Bino ebintu byonna kiringa oli bw'abanga abbye sukaali n'atandika kati okwekunkumulako nga sukaali ajjuddeko mumwa ne Mwai Museveni kyaliko. Yabbye bannayuganda, kaakati agezaako kubikkirira obubbi bwe yakoze. Ne bannayuganda tubagumya, tetuggwamu maanyi, tetupowa, tukyali mu lutabaalo, tulemereko paka nga tufunye kye twagala, bwe bukulembeze obujja obugenda okuweereza eggwanga lyaffe mu buli ngeri yonna.
Barracks. Guys, why? And one of them is access to lawyers, especially especially now that he's under detention. We need to take instructions from him, and this is standard. We wouldn't expect to have challenge accessing the lawyer.
When do you advise to come and talk to him?
Anytime we get communication.
Is it possible to be advised on why his lawyers cannot access him?
We have our PRO who can give a comment on that.
So in other words,
For us lawyers, we don't deal with PRO, we deal with the commander in charge.
Yes,
the OC,
has a spokesperson who's the mouthpiece of the Uganda police.
so your instructions are that he's not meeting lawyers? That's it. He's not supposed to meet anyone.
Yes, as of now.
Till when?
He's under detention.
That much I don't know. That's why he said he should contact the police
He's under
mouthpiece.
detention. How can he say that his lawyers cannot
We have our
access him?
police spokesperson who is there, can contact him and give the details.
Okay. Have a good day. But kind of advise your leaders in the force that the citizen has rights that is entitled to, and one of them is access to his lawyers. And we are here in respect of that right. Thank you.
To see if we could access our team leader, Honorable Chagulanyi Sentamu Robert. We came with his lawyers because it's important that his lawyers get to hear from him at this point in time, get instructions from him about the next course of action. But as you can see, that has not been granted. For starters, we are saying he's under illegal detention. His home, his private home, is not a detention facility. We have said severally, if they think he's committed any offense, for heaven's sake, take him to court, charge him, and then that process gets to happen. But detaining him at his home is totally unacceptable because this is not a detention facility. And so, as you see, this has not happened. Without his lawyers could access him, get to hear from him, because even in Luzira, even at Nalufenya, detainees have got access to their lawyers because their rights that are enshrined in Chapter 4 of our country's constitution are not taken away. That somebody who is under detention has got to be able to access their lawyers, get to hear from them, and the next course of action. But as you can see, police continues and the military continue to surround his home, keep him therein. He's in with his wife. They've denied anybody access to him. The workers that normally buy groceries to take to them have still been denied access to the house. We don't know if it is the ploy of the regime for Honorable Chagulanyi and his wife to die of hunger, because no access at all has been granted. Something else that happened this morning, our officers in Kamocha were surrounded by police and the military. They denied anybody access to the office. Now we have staff members that go every morning to execute different duties. Those were not given access to the office. Many of our homes, soldiers and police, military, they keep moving around, causing intimidation and all these different things. What we decipher from all of this is that, one, Mr. Tibuhaburwa is guilty. He's guilty of defrauding Ugandans in this election that he organized. He's guilty of stealing and silencing the voice of Ugandans through the ballot, and is now trying to cover up his theft. That's what is happening now. Otherwise, then he would not deploy heavily on the streets. When you look at Uganda, it's as if this is Somalia or Central African Republic. He would not be holding our leader captive. Our officers are surrounded. Our agents, that are transporting DR forms from up country and different places, many of them have been detained, beaten up, and the DR forms stolen. Because what they have, Mr. Tibuhaburwa, are the concocted DR forms. What we have are the real ones, the original ones, but they are trying to take those away to cover up for their theft, to cover up for the evil that they're meting out on Ugandans. But our message to Ugandans has continuously been and continue to be, let's remain strong. I spoke to our team leader, Honorable Chagulanyi, yesterday, and he said we should continue telling Ugandans, one, to remain strong, for their spirits not to be broken. It's a continuous struggle. It's a continuous struggle. Let's not lose heart. Our resolve should actually be stronger now than ever before. We must keep pressing on. We cannot drop the ball at this point. That's his message to Ugandans. Let's not lose hope. Let's not give up. Let's keep striving, using every constitutionally provided for means to see that we get to achieve our freedom. And again, he also said we should communicate to Ugandans out there. We still have a couple of elections going on. We said that, yes, we know that elections are in the hands of the dictator, but it's one of the avenues that we use to keep striving. So on Wednesday, we're going to be electing mayors and LC5 councillors, chairpersons of districts. Next week, we are going to vote for mayors, LC3 councillors, and so on. And it's calling on Ugandans to overwhelmingly turn up for these elections and vote for the people whose symbol is the umbrella. He says, and we agree with him, that's part of the continuous struggle to ultimately achieve our freedom. So for those, yes, that are excited, that people are telling us, now NUP, you should be quiet. You know, at least you have now achieved, you have a couple of MPs in parliament, and all of this, we are saying that that's just a snippet of the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to see total transition of leadership. We have not achieved that yet, so we cannot rest. Let's keep pressing on every step of the way. And of course, they're not telling us anything at all. They're very mute. And as you can see, even these ones here, we have asked them what's going on. They're saying, no, go and speak to PRO, go and speak to our bosses. You know, they're just here like mannequins. They can't talk to you. They can't say a thing, which is very disturbing. But our lawyers will let you know how we are going to proceed on these matters.
Is to confirm that today we came here as lawyers of the Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu and his family. And as you have witnessed, we have been blocked from accessing him. That is a violation of his fundamental human rights and rights of his wife, with whom he's detained. We can also confirm from what we have established here that their home has been turned into an illegal detention center. And the regulations for establishing and gazetting detention centers are known. This is a clear violation of their rights, and as it has been indicated, probably it points to the guilt of the person who runs this country and who was announced as a winner. And as his lawyers, we cannot watch when his rights are being violated. We would like to indicate that we are going to take up legal measures, including court action, to challenge his continued illegal detention and that of his wife. We demand that the government respects the rights of the Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Participating in an election is not a crime, and winning an election is not a crime. If the incumbent believes that he won an election, he should allow him to enjoy his rights. For a person who has participated in a presidential election, there are certain options that he would, for example, like to explore, like challenging the results in courts of law. But how will he be able to do so when his lawyers cannot access him? We'd like to indicate that we believe that this is part of a wider conspiracy to rob his victory and deny him a chance to challenge that robbery. From the manner in which the Honorable Kyagulanyi and his family are being treated merely because he contested for office of president, the manner in which his agents are being arrested and harassed, the manner in which the headquarters of his party have been sealed off, and everything that has transpired in this election period is a clear indication that in Uganda now, the law has been suspended to the extent that even lawyers cannot be allowed to access their clients who are even in illegal detention. That's the clarification I wanted to add.
Ebikola bya mwami Tibuhaburwa bino biraga nti ayina ebyokukweka bingi. Yanyaze bannayuganda, yabbye bannayuganda, era kwe kubikirira kwagezaako kukola okusiba Honorable Kyagulanyi makage, okuzingako ekitebe kyaffe, ba agenti bafa balina DR form be bakwata ne batulugunya ne bazibabbako. Bino byonna kubikirira. Omanyi omwana bw'abanga abbye sukaali, ekiddako omusanga yeekunkumula bw'ati, kubanga amanyi nti aziza omusango abbye kwe kwekunkumula. So ne mwami Museveni bino byakola alinga yeekunkumulako sukaali. Naye twagala omukakasa mwami Tibuhaburwa nti ennaku z'omubbi nazo zimala ne ziggwayo. Eza mwami Tibuhaburwa nazo zinaatera okuggwayo.
Basuzeewo kituufu. Basuzeewo ne batusiringa n'ebyo mabega yonna yonna. Nengena ne mbuuza akulirawo operation. mubuuza ensonga ki nannyonnyola nagamba nti leero tewali kukola nengeza kumubuuza ebirala bingi ekyasi yakitadde mu kyemba awo nange nenkosa agange nganze nentambula nemubbiira azimpanawo tewali kirala information n'okuggyako okubeera bubeezi wano naye nga tetumanyi kituufu ki oba kibasiiriza abazze okulongoosa ba cleaners abatamanyi kiriwo wedde era bajja era ne kakati ndowooza y'ensonga lwaki nze nange nkyaliwoko kubanga abakozi bangi bakyajja tebamanyi kituufu kiki bo bakyajja
abatulaba amanya yenzerule Regan tuli batuuze naye munnaye badeploys okuva ekiro amagye wano gonna gasuze wano tuli ku bunkenkeme nagiddadde batugeta erikkola olwayo nene nebuuza mu kibuga kino kyaffe Uganda bayinza batoggana abantu okukola era nsonga ki edeployings amagye wano wonna mu kitundu amagye wegali polisi weri polisi bajambaza amagye bagambaza bigundi bya polisi tibalina manya ku uniform face bazibise bali mu kibuga wakati tulinga bali mu butalo balangidde alumuntu tuli mu lutawo tumanyi tuli mu lutawo bwe mwadde uwe obadde mu kyawo naye okugamba nti ate abantu mugende ku mirimu mukole ate tujja ku mirimu okukola ate bagaddewo amaduuka batuganye ne offices bazigadde bawuza mu gali awuteri kukola ate kitegeeza ki okuva ewaka tujja ate mu town tukole ng'ate bagadde ekibuga kati batugambe lumu nti bannaye tuli mu lockdown oba tuli mu tulina insecurity buli omu abeere ewuwe tuleme kuwonona transport waffe kujja mu kibuga kakati embeera eriwo buli omu ali ku bunkenke buli omu atambula cyane munne kati yembeera eriwo naye ng'ate bakumadde bataddeko embeera eyo so ng'ate bo bandibadde babeera ku balakisi zaabwe ku offices zaabwe bala abantu oba waliwo aleese obuzibu ne balyoka badeployinga naye kati saa zino abantu bali mu mirembe gyabwe abantu tuli mu nnaku zaffe twali tumaze emyaka n'emyaka tetulonda faamu twabivaako ebyokulonda naye kati kuno batukubiriza okulonda tusobole okulonda omuntu gwe twagala tumulonze bamubbe tukkiriza nti bamubbye tupoye twesirike tuli mu kkungu abo n'abantu basuze muno wabula bakyusamu bukyusa basuzemu ne bagenda baba banaabako bakola ki then ne baleeta bapya just baswitchinga buswitchinze naye basuze muno era nakati bakyali muno actually kifo kyokkendeezaako bongerako bwongezi buli junction gy'olaba erimu abakuuma ddembe ne kyetubuuza bakuuma ki era batidde ki ffe tetulina byakulwanyisa ffe tetulina lenejjinja wade n'omuggo ffe tuli bantu era nga wootulaba tetulina ketulina wabula ffe tuli bannakuwavu kati just omuntu okubeera nti munakuwavu essanyu lye balituddeko ate ekyo ekyo kibaluma nnyo balaba kugaky eringanga naye wiponi ffe tuli bannakuwavu tugenda kukungubaga oba mutukuba miggo nti lwaki tukungubaga oba mutukuba miggo lwaki tuganya okudda ku TikTok okuzina okukyeza gwe balonze tetugenda kuzina tetugenda kusanyuka tugenda kunakuwala tugenda kungubaga oba mwaka mulamba tukungubage tugenda kungubaga abantu bava ku accident
akabondo k'aba security nakati we tuli tulina abantu betulemesezza okuyingira mu maka ga Honorable Kyagulanyi okusookera ddala twagala okutegeeza eggwanga nti Honorable Kyagulanyi si musibe si mukwate ayina eddembe lye ery'obuntu kyetwavuddeko wano kyetwayogeddeko kyekyokuba nti okuviira ddala emabega waliwo okutya okwaliwo mu bantu n'ebitundu ebya security olw'enteekateeka eza bannabyabufuzi kinnoomu awamu n'ebibiina byabwe ebyokwenyigira mu bikolwa ebyokwegugunga n'okwekalakaasa naddala nga ebyokulonda ebirangiddwa tebitambudde mu ngeri ebawa obuwanguzi era enteekateeka zino nga bwe mulabye security nga bwekola abakesi baffe baavaayo nga balaga nti waliwo enteekateeka naddala ez'ekibiina ekya NUP okulaba nga bayingiza abavubuka n'abantu ab'enjawulo be baali bategese oba ba recruitings oba ba mobilizings okuva mu bibuga bye nayogeddeko okuva mu bibuga omwali Ejjinja, Kasese, Mityana, Luweero, Mbale nga bano bonna enteekateeka yali yakulaba nti bayiika mu kibuga Kampala mu nteekateeka zaabwe ez'okuwakanya ebyavudde mu kulonda n'okwekalakaasa. So already information eyo weeri. Tulina n'amakubo ge twabadde tuzze nga tubalaze ge baali baagala okusalako okulaba nga ebikolwa bino eby'effujjo bikolebwa. Naye nga already abakesi baffe bano balaga nti omutwe omukulu mu bino mu nteekateeka zino zonna yasigala nga ali Honorable Kyagulanyi. Kyovudde olaba nti security weeri abayingira n'abafuluma bakyalaba nti baba controllinga si nti buli omwana ayagala okuyingira mu maka ge mu kiseera kino. Okutangira bino byonna bye twogeddeko ebyokwagala okukumakuma mu bantu omuliro mu ngeri ey'okwegugunga naddala ng'okulonda kwakakola ki kwakaggwa. So kivudde nti security ekyali mu kifo ekyo era egenda kusigala ng'eri mu kifo ekyo. Balooya be nakawulira wano omuntu agamba nti tebabakkiriza naye nga already information yavudde mu bakama baffe yabadde eraga nti balooya babadde bafunye akadde ak'okugenda okumulaba. Munfuna bulungi. Ekirala kye twagala okwogera waliwo agamba nti Honorable Zaake Francis ate yazzeemu n'akubibwa. Honorable Francis Zaake abasirikale bamulemeseza nga ayagala okuwaganya ayingira amaka ga Honorable Kyagulanyi ne bamulemesa n'atwalibwa e Kasangati. Kituufu baagezezzaako muyingiza mu kaduukulu awo era effujjo litera okubeerawo nga Honorable Francis Zaake akwatidde naye tewali yamukubye. Ebiriwo oba bamuwadde ekitanda ebyo biri wakati wa dokita we oba Dr. Sekitoleko we Rubaga awamu ne Honorable Francis Zaake ebyo biri wakati waabwe tetujja kusobola kugendayo eyo. Omusango gwali gwa obstruction ogezaako okujeemera abapoliisi abaali bakuuma abaali batambuza emirimu gyabwe mu butongole. Ekya kafyu tewaliwo waliwo abagamba nti mu bitundu by'Emityana ne Mubende bannasecurity babadde balagira abantu okuggalawo amaduuka gaabwe nga ssaawa 3 eza kafyu tezinnaba kuwera. Ekyo tulina okukigoberera wano we tuli tewaliwo obukakafu bwakyo. So katukigoberere tusobole okufuna ekifaananyi ekituufu naye nga abasobodde okutambula abamu musobodde okulanga abantu ne ku ssaawa 4 ez'ekiro amaduuka mu bitundu ebimu kubanga waliwo akalemberekereze oba eddembe eririwo ssaawa 4 amaduuka agamu gaba gakyali maggule. Ssaawa 4 abantu baba beeyuna ababa bakyereye ku mirimu n'ebifo eby'enjawulo abakomawo okuva mu byalo era ssaawa 4 ku 5 okyalina abantu b'osanga mu kkubo naye nga kino tulina okukigoberera. Obudde omuntu bw'atambuliramu buva ssaawa 12 mpaka ssaawa 3 za kiro. Tewali kulemesa muntu kutambula nga ssaawa 3 tezinnaba kuwera. Tugenda kigoberera ekyo. Ebale.
How are you doing?